The Almaden market is breaking records. Things are on fire. Buyers are desperate to get a house in the area. Stay tuned to hear the stats. Today I'm going into the Almaden Valley real estate market stats with data through February 2022 closings. So here it is in early March, and we're looking back at February, and I can tell you what I've been seeing in the field is really crazy, but the data supports it. You know, the metric that blew my mind is how much over, on average, buyers are paying on houses. I've seen it in my experience, 30%, in sometimes cases more than that over asking. But the average for all the properties to be so high is pretty amazing. It's not at 30%, but it is really high. So let's look at the computer and look into the data and the trends. So here is the Almaden Valley real estate market. And as you can see, the pending sales are at record levels ever for February. That's this blue dotted line here. We've seen some years not barely even that high in the summer. So really high demand. The supply is starting to improve, but still record low. Only a couple times in this history that I've ever seen such low numbers. It's looking a little bit like a year ago. And you know, a year ago we didn't get a lot of inventory. I think the pandemic affected that a little bit, but there could be other reasons. Hopefully this year we get a little bit more inventory. Expecting that supply to go up soon. There are 5 homes on the market in Almaden currently as members only, no show, meaning they are coming soon to the market. But 5's not all that significant of a number when we've only got about 17, 18 homes on the market. But it is inventory coming, and I hope there's even more that's not showing on the computer quite yet. So here are the actual stats looking back from last month and last year. So can you believe that these prices just continue to go up? In Almaden Valley, the average price is over $2.5 million. Yes, that is so crazy. The median price came in at $2.65 million. Wow. So the median is up 14% from January, because this is February data, and 26% from a year ago. There are 75% of the homes available for sale are already in contract because things are just selling so quick. And that is really high compared to last year where we were just at 50% this time of year. Now here is that record overbidding. On average, 15% over asking buyers are paying to get a house. Wow. Now, you might argue that the list price is a factor to that. Of course, that's part of the calculation. But what I can tell you is a lot of agents are listing properties based on current comps, but there are so many pending comps and just closing comps that are at new levels that the comps they're researching don't really support a higher list price quite yet. So that is a little bit of a trailing. So I expect that overbidding to shrink a little bit as prices continue to go up and more of those sales close. The list prices should also be increasing as well. So that is a record for Almaden Valley, 15% over on average. Obviously, I said there's a couple of properties that are selling even more than that. 500, 600,000 over asking sometimes. And the highest peak before that was in February 2018 at 111.7%. So we are quite a bit over that. This is just a record-breaking market. We are showing 16 days of inventory right now, but that's because it's going with closed sales and not those pending sales, which have really ramped up. If you look at the number of pendings, we're at 33 in February, which is up 43% from January, almost 27% from a year ago February. So it's just a really, really strong market right now. We had 19 sales close in February. So a good number, but not huge. Typically, Almaden's going to see a peak sales of around 50 in the summer months. So we are working our way up towards that, and maybe we'll exceed that even this year with such high demand. So what are my predictions for the market? Well, prices are so high, I really do feel that they're going to start to level out. So I do this rolling 6-month average of prices. That's this pink dotted line you see here. And as you can see, in the beginning of 2021, we had a huge price increase. Then it kind of leveled, right? It just held. And then another huge price increase starting in November, December, and it's continued. But we're starting to see a little curve on that. I do expect that things will start to level because interest rates are rising, we're getting more inventory, and prices are just at record-breaking levels. So affordability is totally a factor. I actually have a video I'm working on about interest rates and prices to give you a sense. And wow, the affordability has really jumped up in the last year because of rising interest rates and prices. So something to be aware of if you're looking to sell is list price is really critical, especially right now, as not all buyers coming into the market realize what's going on. So having a list price that is in line with close comps is important. There is a home that is currently listed at $1,100 a square foot, and it's been sitting on the market for 3 weeks, and it's a nice property. But I think what happened is homes are selling in the $1,100 to $1,200 a square foot in Almaden, but a lot of them are being listed closer to $1,000 a square foot. So I think buyers are looking at that price and going, are they wanting $300,000, $400,000 more than that? Forget it. I'm not paying that for this house. Where maybe list price is a pretty accurate price for that property. So it's taking a little bit longer for buyers to adjust and to realize that. Do you want your house to sit on the market? No. So pricing is really, really important, and having an agent who knows what's going on in the market also is really key. So I hope you found value from that. I want to quickly touch on the San Jose market to give you an idea. It's also really hot, but the median price for San Jose is $1.65 million. So it is a whole $1 million less on average in San Jose versus just Almaden Valley. So quite a big difference. So next you should watch my actual seller testimonial of the home prep we did and the return on investment they got, especially if you're looking towards selling and wondering what updates you should do. Or if you're looking to buy in Almaden, watch my video about the schools in the area. I think it'll add a lot of value for you understanding the differences in the neighborhoods.